Good morning, welcome to the Doing's live show. I'm your today's live screamer, and we are the Doing group for the pyrolysis equipment, the waste tire, the hazardous waste, and the solid waste recycling or reused equipment. So today's topic is to have an introduction about the oil sludge or the coal tar residue, this kind of raw material, how can we recycle the flue oil from it. This kind of things are all hazardous waste. So we need some particle things, so we need some design of this equipment, and today I'm going to introduce you about the what kind of hazardous waste we have and can use this pyrolysis equipment, and the type of different kinds of the oil sludge, the state of the oil sludge, and some problems and the solutions that we have. We are the Doing group from China. If you have any questions about this equipment, about this business, you can comment in the comment place, or you can leave your WhatsApp, your telephone in the comment place, or send the private message to us about your information. Then our sales manager will give you an introduction about the detail. So you can have a look at this video, and this is a real product of our customers in China, and you can have a look, and any questions you have, you can just comment here. Okay, and this is the 3D video. Welcome. So in more details you want to know, we are the Doing group. We are in China, and our company is located at the central of China in Henan province. If you want to come here and know more details about the information about the design of the equipment, you can just come here, come to our factory. We have our own factory in next to our company, more than 40,000 square meters. So you can come here, have a visit. There are many equipment of different type, different capacity, and suitable for different raw materials are in our factory. So yeah, in the comment place we have our WhatsApp and email. You can just contact with us directly, and our sales manager will give you a one-to-one service about all the details and information about the equipment and or the market of the recycling of the oil from the hazardous waste or solid waste. Okay, and today our topic is about the hazardous waste. We have different kinds of the hazardous waste. For example, the oil sludge, or the coal tar sludge, coal tar oil. These are different kinds of the the hazardous waste. Or we have different type of the waste, of the hazardous waste. For example, we have the oil sludge from the drilling, and we have the light tank oil sludge, or you can get the oil sludge from the steel mill. We have the steel mill oil sludge. These are different kinds of the oil sludge, and they have different type, a different state. For example, the solid oil sludge, or the semi-solid or liquid. We have different kind of state of the hazardous waste. So we have different design of the equipment suitable for different kinds of the hazardous waste. We have 3 kinds of the equipment in our company: the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, and the batch type pyrolysis plant. Well, they are suitable for different materials and different capacities. For example, if you get the liquid state of the oil sludge or the semi-liquid state of the coal tar oil sludge, then you can use not only the batch type pyrolysis plant, but also you can use the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, because your state is liquid, so we can ensure we can reach to the quality of the state of the to feed the raw material and to pyrolysis it and to slide or discharge the carbon black or the oil sludge at the same time. So if your material are pure or state is liquid, or don't have some big block in your raw material, you can also use the fully continuous, and it have a big capacity and efficiency. You can work for 24 hours without stop, and can work for 45 to 60 days. Don't need to stop to cool down the reactor, or discharge carbon black. So we just all this design is at the same time. We have a seal design, just only can reach to this kind of statement. We have our raw material, for example, the tire rubber powder, or the liquid or semi-liquid oil sludge, or semi-liquid of the coal tar oil. So, well, if you have the solid or semi-solid of this coal tar oil or oil sludge, they have the low oil or the water content, but it have the high amount of the residue. It have the soil, many kind of the soil, because it have the accumulated for a long time. So it will have some soil in it mixing with the soil. So we have to use the batch type furnace, the batch type pyrolysis plant. If you have the water content or the oil content is very high, we can use this fully continuous, semi-continuous, or the batch type. All is very suitable for the raw material. And we have different kinds of the state. If you have for example, the light tank sludge, is very thin, and have any water or oil in it, have the high content of the water content. So we can use the distillation equipment. We have the distillation equipment. Is very similar with the kind of similar with the batch type, has many that's kind of different, and can reach to a very high oil yield, and the quality of this oil is very good, is very high. And this is the kind of the light tank, and we also have some steel mile land oil sludge. Well, this kind of the slag, this kind of the oil have some steel slag, have the soil, have the oil sludge in it. So we can first fill out the water in it, fill out the water by a filter press or some other equipment. Then we can put it in the pyrolysis furnace to limit the oil the pyrolysis time. Or if you have too much water in it, it will have a waste of time to boil the water, and it have a waste of this your energy of this heating. So we have if your raw material is the steel mile land oil sludge, then we can get the oil, we can get the steel slag, and the soil and the slag. We can get it and melt it or sell it directly. And we also have the oil-based rock chips. This is another kind of the hazardous waste. And well, this has the oil yield is much lower, but we need we need lower of the heating energy. Well, just 107 degree or 180 degree, we will get the flue oil. So if you have much more of this oil-based rock chips, you can have this kind of sludge type pyrolysis plant. But we need some pre-process because it has some water content. We need a pre-process, for example, use this filter press or use the centrifuge. We have the centrifuge, this kind of equipment, and this work design is according to the density of different rapid rotation, so can reach to effect to dry the water and lower the water content, and we get this flue oil. Well, this is one of these hazardous waste, or you can see the one of the oil sludge. And we have also other kinds of the oil sludge, some oil contaminants. Because, for example, the plastic bags that containing the oil sludge, or the glove, the bottom that contained with the oil sludge, and they are also the hazardous waste. We need some process. We can't throw it away as well. So we have. We need to put them into some plant, some factory to design to process it. And if you have this kind of equipment, some factory will put their hazardous waste to you, and you can get this processing fee. So this is, by the way, we have this kind of market, this kind of profit waste, and just as I say, there's some oil contaminants. We also have there are also the hazardous waste, and we need to treat them by this pyrolysis equipment, and we can get not only the oil but the processing fee. So this is some of our customers to have this hazardous waste pyrolysis project to get the profit from. And this is the video behind me, up to me is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and this customer's raw material is the waste tire, and for the fully continuous we need pre-processing to process the process the tire to the rubber powder, the tire rubber powder. So we have this kind of, this is the pre-processing, the crushing area to crush it to the rubber powder to 16 to 18 mesh. And we can have the oil sludge also have this pre-processing to remove the water content by the just as I say, the centrifuge or the filter process. Or we can have the drying process by heating it. And if most of our customers will use the drying process to remove the water content, is the plastic. So you have the plastic, you can dry it before you pyrolysis it, but it won't. We can't put it in a very high temperature, because if you have this temperature for example 100 or 200 degree, then it's not dry the water, it is pyrolysis of plastic. So this is kind of hazardous waste, and other information, if you want to know more, you can just type it in the comment place. or you can contact with us to leave your contact ways, leave your WhatsApp or the email or telephone to us privately. Then our sales manager will have an one-to-one service to you to give an introduction about the details. You can leave your capacity, or leave your raw material, leave the equipment that you're interested, because we have 3 kinds of equipment: the batch type pyrolysis plant, semi-continuous and fully continuous pyrolysis plant. They have different advantages. So no more details, you can just contact with us. Okay, and you may ask about what our flue oil can use for, and what the raw materials we can have. Well, this is 2 kinds of the raw material. One is the waste, hazardous waste. Just as I said before, the hazardous waste, it contained the oil sludge or the coal tar sludge and other things, other raw material. For example, the containments of the oil sludge, or the oil-based rock chips. This kind of oil that all have some oil in it and have different oil yields, and we can get the oil, the flue oil or the diesel in it. Then just talk about the flue oil. We can use the flue oil at the cement factory or the bricks factory, glass factory. This is what our product use. And this is the first kind of the raw material of our pyrolysis plant. And other kind of raw material is the solid waste. The solid waste is contained about the waste tire, the waste plastic, or some daily waste, some medical waste. So it all has some oil in it. We can get some oil, and the oil yield is much more different between different kinds of raw material. For example, the waste tire. The waste tire, if you have a big tire or the tire from the truck, big car, then we can get the oil yield can reach to 42 to 45. And if you have the tire from the bicycle, or the motorbike, or other electrical bike, then the oil yield can be for 35 to 40. It's lower than the tire from the car. But we also have some profit in it, because the tire from the bike or the motorcycle is much more expensive, much more cheaper. It's cheaper than the car tire. And this video it shows us now is the fully continuous pyrolysis plant reactor. You can see it's much more longer than other plant that we used to see. It's much more longer, and it have 2 sections. You can see this is the middle of it. It have a top, the temperature resistant top. This is the second reactor, and the raw material of it can be the rubber powder or the thin oil yield, thin oil sludge. Later I will show you how it works. Well, as for the whole pyrolysis product, pyrolysis equipment, we have this kind of design. The first is the feeding area, and the feeding area, well, different kind of the raw material. We have the different feeding ways. For example, if you have the whole tire or the mixed plastic, we can use the auto feeder, the automatic feeder, to just pump it, push it into the plant, the reactor. Or if you have the oil sludge, of the light oil sludge or the liquid oil sludge, semi-liquid oil sludge, then we can use the oil pump to put it into the furnace. Or if you have the solid waste, they have some big block in it, some rock in it, some soil in it, some big soil in it, some mixed soil in it, then we can use the winch to feed the raw material. And the 3D video we can see just later is the pyrolysis, the pyrolysis reactor. This is a pyrolysis area. This is the second area we have now. And now, today, now show us is the condensing system. Later I will show you. You can see this is all you will get. The quality is very high and it's pure than the heavy oil we used to see, because the customer run very well and the raw material is the rubber powder. You can see this is also the oil, and it will throw three cooling tank and 3 condensing tank. So the behind of this kind of pyrolysis is much more pure than the tank before. The first we have 6 condensing system, condensing equipment, condensing tank. Just from here, and we can get the oil, and it will temporarily stand into the tank. Then we also get the carbon black if your raw material is a waste tire. If your raw material is oil sludge, we can get the oil sludge, the oil block in it. On the oil block, you can just solve it, or you can return to the reactor to have the further pyrolysis. If your raw material is a coal tar sludge, we can get the coal. The coal have very high heat energy, as we all know, and we can get the coal sludge to use it, return to the reactor. It has a very high heating energy to heat our reactor and save the gas, the natural gas or the heavy oil we used. We have our customers in Shanxi province in China, and their raw material is oil sludge or the coal tar oil, and they can get the coal in it. So it have 2 ways to feed the pyrolysis plant, to see the reactor. Most of our way common say in the daily life is the natural gas or the flue oil we get from the pyrolysis, or the coal, or the wood. We only use one way, one resistant way. But some of our customers, for example, we have our customers in Shanxi, and their way of heating the reactor is the way not only with the natural gas but also with the coal that they get from the pyrolysis. And we also get the tail gas. The tail gas is can't be condensed, and we can use it to return to the reactor to heat the reactor. And we have the purification system, the removal system, to remove some bad smell in it. For example, some sulfur dioxide or other things. This is the final oil tank. Final products. We get the final products and state here. You see oil pump. And later you can see this is the cooling water tank, cooling water pool. Because we don't have some water waste from all the project. The water are all recycling. It will also use the water pump to pump it into the condensing system, and this is a cooling water tower just up to the pool to cool down the water, so we can ensure it will have a better efficiency. Well, today we are going to have an introduction about the raw material and how to choose the raw material, how to choose the equipment to be suitable for different raw material. So any questions you have, just feel free to ask in the comment place, or you can leave your number, leave your contact message to us privately, then our sales manager will give you an introduction. Okay, and this is a pre-process. If your raw material is the carbon black or the tire, and you choose the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, then we need this pre-process to process it to the rubber powder. So you can just look at the video and anything you want to know.
Journey from vision to reality.
Feel free to ask.
Wanhua plays the role of collecting unrecycled plastic waste from households and industries, sorting, cleaning, shredding before sending them to be
and welcome our new friends. We are the doing group from China. We are the manufacturer of the pyrolysis equipment that we can have and recycle and reuse to the waste things, the solid waste, the waste tire with plastic or the hazardous waste or sludge, to the flue oil or the diesel. Then we can have a profit from the diesel, from the flue oil, and the other products like the carbon black, steel wire, wool, and other things. This is the tire block, and we will crush it. This is a shredding machine. Later, this is a belt, conveying belt.
At Shell, we are all excited to have successfully processed.
This is the we can get the carbon black, and later you can see there's some steel wire in it. We also have some steel wire is one of the production. Okay, and this is a 3D video of the of our equipment, the batch type pyrolysis plant, you can have a look. Well, we have three kinds of the equipment: the batch type, or the semi-continue and fully continue. Okay, and the batch type is most of our content. That if your material is a hazardous waste, like the oil sludge or the coal tar oil, then you can just use the batch type. And that the furnace of our reactor, we always use the stainless steel and not some other common steel. The stainless steel. And this is the insulation canning to prevent the gas, to prevent the flue gas release, and to save the heating energy. And look at this is the inside. We have the stainless steel in it. Okay, and this shows is a carbon black. We also get some, for example, the oil sludge, oil residue, or the steam slag from the hazardous waste, because we have some steam steel coal oil sludge. Then we will get the steel slag, or the we also have some soil in it. Then soil we just throw it. If your raw material is different and the temperature to get the oil, the flue oil, the oil gas is also different. For example, the plastic, the batch temperature, batch temperature, or we get the better effect to get the gas is 180 to 220. This is the plastic. And if you have the tire, and the best temperature is from 280 to 320. And if your raw material is a hazardous waste, then the heating temperature is higher than the conventional raw materials. It is much more than 400 degree. So that's why we use the stainless steel. It's not only because the hazardous waste have the corrosive, it will contain corrosive, but also it have a very high temperature. So this is a a 6 line of the reactor, 6 line of the batch type pyrolysis plant. It showed us, and the capacity is 15 tons. Because for example, in China, well, different countries have different policies. Well, just as I say, in China, that we have some hazardous waste formulity. We have some, we need some certificate, some improvement to have this kind of project, and we need to go to the hazardous waste treatment center of the Province of Environmental Protection. We need the establishment, the environmental assessment. This is the most important and the hardest step to have this kind of project in China, because some government, some province not allowed to have this project. It have some high certificate design. So we need the assessment of the environment, and then we can just install the equipment, and we can't run it immediately. We need some other acceptance. For example, the hazardous waste business license or other things, some other certificates, and the land about the hazardous waste. We also have some design, some limitation. For example, we need the chemical land, the chemical factory. Well, this shows us in this picture, in this project, this is a chemical land, the province standard chemical land. So just from this point of the national approval, it will suck a large number of the clients to end this project. So you may ask about the profit. Well, we surely have some profits, have plenty of profit in it, but just there's some stock in it, some allowance, some certificates you need to get, some assessment. It's much more harder. In some places, some provinces, for example, in Shandong in China or Henan in China, it's very hard. But if you want to have get this project in for example, in Asia or in Africa or in South America, and this kind of places, maybe it's very easy for this license. Or you can get some processing fee from it. Just all kinds of the oil sludge is suitable. The oil sludge from drilling, or the light tank oil sludge, or some steel mine oil sludge, or if you have, you can get some oil sludge that contained with the oil, the containments. For example, the bag that containing the oil sludge, the glove contained with the bucket contained, also can use this kind of pyrolysis plant. So because if your raw material is much mixed things, not the pure or some liquid oil sludge. If you have some liquid oil sludge, then you can use the fully continue, or the semi-continue, or the distillation tank. Or if you have some solid waste, a solid oil sludge, some mixed it with much more soil in it, then we can use this 3D video showed us the batch type pyrolysis plant. Or some oil-based rock chips, some some steel mine waste, steel mine oil sludge. Well, we have many kinds of the oil sludge. Well, this project is, some design is different. For example, because the raw material is different, we have some different pre-process to lower the water content. Use centrifuge or filter press from to dry the water. We have a customer that have the comprehensive hazardous waste. This is well, a Tianjin province from China, and he have thousands of raw materials. So he buy the batch type pyrolysis plant, such as the raw material can be the paint bucket, the paint residue, or the oil contained pipelines, gloves, or some or woven bag, some liquid or solid equipment, and they all can throw it into the reactor to have pyrolysis. We also have some oily water waste or wastewater. Then we need to send it to the hazardous waste treatment qualified companies to deal with. And if you have this kind of project, kind of hazardous waste project, and have some certificate or license, and you are the qualified company, you have the hazardous waste treatment license, and you can get some processing fee. Not only get the oil, or you can, in some government, you have some subsidies, because we can't throw it this kind of sludge randomly, and they may accumulate it for many long times, and there's some soil in it. Okay, and this is for some information about the hazardous waste. So any questions you just want to know, just feel free to ask. And this 3D video shows is the batch type. Just if your material is very mixed, many kinds of raw material, many kinds of mixed things in it. For example, you get too much soil in it, then we can have this batch type. If you are a liquid or some oil resistance very high, you can get this distillation. Is also our equipment. So just as I said before, and the raw material of the reactor need to be the stainless steel, because we have the raw material of it have the corrosive. It will cause the corrosive, and it is run in a very high temperature than the waste things, than the waste tire and waste plastic. So the flue oil or the diesel, just as one of the customers in Shanxi, his raw material is a coal tar sludge, and the oil quality is very high of his product, and he can get the diesel directly. And the diesel can use that agricultural machine or the mining machine, some ferry or big ship, this kind of places, or the diesel generator. So if you want to know more details about, for example, in your countries, you need the environmental assessment. You have some problems in it. For example, in China, it's very strict to have this kind of license. And any questions, we can have some service to you. We can contact with your license assessment company directly to their workers, and give them their details about the equipment, the data for the equipment, and the picture, the design of it, to help you to get the license more frequently. And this is the odor removal system. The odor removal system. You may ask about the pollutions, and we have our unique design to remove or to purify the gas we release. We only have the pollution is the gas, the flue gas. We don't have the water pollution or the soil pollution, because we have some equipment. And if raw material is hazardous waste in China, is much more strict, and to test your pollutions frequently, and we can reach to the policy. This is a safety device. We have many kind of safety device in each line. For example, the vacuum design. The vacuum device is to ensure don't have some sudden explosion when we open the feeding doors or the discharging doors. So if you some customers may ask that if they are having some pyrolysis plants, having some flue oil project, and it have some questions, some problems about the caulking, because we have some soil in it and we are pyrolysis in a very high temperature. It will caulk the reactor. We will paste the inner wall of the reactor, and it has some bad influence. For example, it will influence the service life of the furnace inner, and then it will reduce the heating transfer efficiency. So because the high temperature can't heat the raw material, it just heat the furnace. So we have some we need to configure to decogging the device. This is a decogging device. It's our patent. It's our patent equipment. We have some kinds of the device to ensure different influence, different things, or different raw material. This is a decoding device, and if raw material is for example, the plastic, it will have some paraffin in it. Some paraffin in the in the plastic, and when it condenses into the oil, the flue gas will condense into the paraffin again. The paraffin gas will condense to the paraffin, and it will block the type. Block the type in the condensing system is also a problem of the blocking or clocking. And we also have some deblocking device to solve this kind of problems. You have this kind of problems, you can just contact with us to show our design. But it's not very convenient to show in this live show. But we can talk one by one. One-to-one. This is our service, and you can just come to our factory. You can also come to our factory, have a visit about the design, the detailed, or some welding ways, or the material of the furnace, and the material of the feeding winch, the condensing tank, the buffer tank. Okay, and let's show some other pictures or some information of it. Let's show us some different. This is a real picture of a client in Chongqing. This is a capacity. As we can see, it's a very large capacity. A daily capacity can reach to 50 tons per day. The advantage is fully automatic and continuous production for 24 hours and big processing capacity and time and labor saving. We don't need to cool down the reactor, and we have the PLC system, so we don't need too much labor, too much worker. This is a 3D picture, just as the 3D video shows is the same. And this is a high-efficiency semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. The capacity is 2 tons. The raw material of it, we also need to process, have a pre-processing to process it to the flue oil, to the rubber powder, or the plastic block, or the oil sludge, the solid oil sludge. It have automatic feeding, high efficiency, generating saving, good performance, and get few quotation. If you want to know the prices of different kinds of equipment, well, I can tell you is we have different configurations. So if you want to know the quotation, you just contact with us, and we will have some table to you, the quotation table. A cost-effective batch-type pyrolysis plant. The capacity is 1 ton per day, 2 ton per day, 5 ton, 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 20 ton, and most of our clients will choose the 12 ton and 15 ton. Easy operation, cost-effectively, good stability, and multiple use. Just as I say, you get the hazardous waste. The oil sludge pyrolysis plant, oil sludge, or the coal tar sludge. Then you can use this batch type. So you can have a look at. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Put it here. Okay.
Creating the plastic circular economy in Singapore. Journey
And
from
this
vision to
is
reality.
Video
plays
or
the role of
news
collecting unrecycled
of
plastic waste from
customer
households
in
and
Singapore.
industries.
Can you hear the
Sorting,
voices?
cleaning, and shredding before sending them to be converted
I'm not
into
sure if you can
pyrolysis
hear the
oil.
voices.
This plastic
And,
waste would have otherwise been incinerated and ended up in a landfill.
You can see
The first
his
isotank
market
of
is
circular
very well.
pyrolysis oil was a multi-industry collaboration that took many years of hard work with various companies like Shell, NY, with the first ICC Plus certified plastic pyrolysis plant in Singapore, as well as a pioneer in the Asia-Pacific region.
This
This
government
partnership with
raw
Shell
material
to
is a
process
plastic
waste into
and
pyrolysis
type.
oil. It's extremely
This
exciting
is our equipment.
because it marks the start of a local chemical recycling value chain. This
Yeah,
will
the
help
oil
realize the ambition of a true plastic circular economy in
Holds it very well.
Plastic circular economy in Singapore.
At Shell, we are all excited to have successfully processed the first truck of pyrolysis oil at our ethylene cracker in Bukit. This is a very important milestone for Shell as we're helping to create a plastic circular economy locally in Singapore with other innovative partner companies. We are proud for Bukom to be first in Shell to deploy this proprietary upgrading technology that enables the processing of pyrolysis oil made from plastic waste before feeding into our ethylene cracker complex.
Our flue oil you can use at the cement factory or the glass factory at the heating energy, and if you have the distillation equipment, we can also have the get diesel.
Chemicals that become everyday essential items such as home appliances.
You can see it's all automatic
making them
working.
more sustainable for the customers.
Don't need much
Shell's
more workers.
ambition is to recycle 1 million tons of plastic waste a year by 2025. And this is where
There are
we
much
are
more
contributing to,
waste things,
starting
our daily life and the factory industry.
We are proud to
So
work with
it's
Shell
you can get the raw material very easy.
Country progress towards its goal of becoming a more sustainable city.
We're glad to have journeyed with them through these 2 years and excited about the impact we are creating.
I am hopeful that we in Shell are creating a movement that will help our customers lower their carbon
Okay,
footprint.
The team has worked very
let's stop from here. So let's just go on this picture. This is a unit. Well, we have the capacity. If your raw material is more limited, or you want to have some experiment to know the data, to have some experimentation of the assay, that you can have this kind of the capacity from 100 to 500. This is a unit. Although it's very small, but all the equipment it have, all the process it all have, the pyrolysis and the condensing, the purification, and the safety device it also have. This is the advantage: free installation, cost saving, easy handling, and tasks available. The raw material on the product we can get. Let's show us is the raw material is the tire on the aluminium plastic. Steel wire we can get from the tire, and if your material is, if your equipment is a fully continuous, and the steel wire don't need to be pyrolysis and the quality is very high. Some profit analysis. This profit analysis is based on the market and the feedback of our customers. So it will have some kind of difference in different regions and policies. You can just have a reference. So contact with us, you can get more information. This is some advantages of our equipment between with the manufacturer and other company. For example, the hat made of 16 millimeter of blower plates, or 306 stainless steel. If your raw material is the oil sludge or the coal tar sludge, then because it will have some corrosive material, so we need this 103 or 304 or 406 or 310 stainless steel. This all can change. The different design can change. If raw material is the carbon black or the steel wire, the plastic or the waste tire, then we also need this blower plate is also can suitable for the material. The round shape reactor head you can see and withstand high pressure and high temperature. This is a welding process. Our welding, we have the welding machine. We don't need the worker to weld. And so have the high service life of the furnace. One-piece design, no risk of cracking, and long machine service life. For materials installation cover, and now we change the design. If you have the fully continuous and it has 6 material installation cover. multiple fire protection test when we installate the carbon black, when we installate the equipment, and then we will have some tests to protect, to ensure it can run frequently. And this is our engineers work. We have our engineering team, guarantee quality control, and this is some design of the air protection or the environmental protection. This kind of details you can just contact with the sales manager, because we have different ways, different design of different kind of materials, sealed released gas. Okay, and now is today's all the information, all the introduction of today's live show. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and no more questions, we will end today's live show. And welcome to communicate with the sales manager, or feel free to contact with us to leave the message of our requirements or you're interested. So, and say it again, we are the Doing Group in China, and we're also welcome to come to our factory and company to have a visit. Thank you for your watching today.